back. We're talking to Julie Solomon and Candace Feldman from Corporate Hiring Solutions, how to write your resume and how to make yourself stand out during an interview. So now, before the break, we were talking about, Julie, you said there's also different kind of handshakes. This is one of the things you look at.
Yes.
Tell me, what's a good handshake and what's a bad handshake? Let's go.
This is a good handshake.
Okay.
Very firm.
Okay.
This is a really bad handshake. I'm like hardly even touching you, and I'm afraid of you. I'm really scared of you right now.
Okay.
When you have that flimsy handshake, yes, that's what that's telling me.
This is another one. This is another one that gets to me.
Yes, yeah.
You know, and worst is when a man gives you a handshake like that, and it's like, wow, where is the power in your hands? It's like, you know, like you said, you want a proper handshake.
It gives you more
confidence.
Yeah, confidence.
All right, so look, if you're doing this, that's a good thing. If you're doing, where am I? Right here. There you go. If you're doing this, it's definitely a no-no. And what's the other one you said?
Like just very, I'm afraid of you, like hardly even touching the hands, or if it's all sweaty. I mean, people can't help the perspiration sometimes, but
exactly.
You know,
but just wipe your hands before giving that handshake. Just wipe your hands.
Be conscious of that.
So that makes a huge difference also. Wow, look at that. Now, people walk in. What are some of the colors that hit your eye when you're interviewing somebody? Sometimes people come in dressed with all different stuff all over their hair, earrings, like you said earlier. You know, try to be as careful as you can with danglers. Give me some of the color pointers.
I usually, navy blue is usually a good brown.
White.
Okay.
Just tone it down. Just not stand out. Not, you know, very solid colors, not prints.
Okay. You know, another question I want to ask you, Julie, I'm sorry, skirt versus pants for girls. This, I think, is a very big question mark. You don't know which is the right thing to do. Should you go?
No, nowadays it's okay to wear a pantsuit. It didn't used to be that way, but now it's okay.
Yes, I would say either or. Make sure the skirt is below the knee.
Okay.
And you want to look very professional, and wearing stockings.
Should wear pantyhose for an
definitely.
interview.
Definitely wear pantyhose. No open-toed shoes ever. Ever.
Good.
Always closed, you know,
for
shoes.
An interview.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. That's good to know.
And hair back, you know, small earrings, light makeup. You just don't want to make yourself stand out. Your voice and how you convey yourself, and professionalism and self-confidence, you have to make that happen in 30 seconds or less.
Okay.
So you want to tone it down as far as your appearance.
So sell with your brains, not with your body.
Yes, yes.
Basically.
Yes.
Yes.
So you don't want to wear clothes that are size too small.
Right.
And you're really busting out of them, so to speak, because I've actually seen people come into my office sometimes like that, and I want to say, did you not look at the mirror in the morning?
Right.
No short skirts.
No short skirts. Now, also, another thing that you had mentioned with nail polish. Is it, you know, some people actually, especially if you're going in healthcare industry, you don't want to go in with those extensions or long nails. You know, if you're going into healthcare, people are looking at you to be as, I don't want to use the word sanitized, but as clean as possible. So these are some of the things I'm sure they look at as well, right?
Yes, absolutely.
They do look at these things.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, more sexually polished, not the flagrant colors like this. not what the three of us are wearing. No, advise against that.
All right, so these are some of the things. Any other, when you're in an interview, you know, like you said, eye contact is important. Okay. At the same time, how you talk.
How you talk. Get your message across, short, to the point, and you want to convey enthusiasm and self-confidence at the same time. Okay. And also explaining your expertise. Okay. So this is all going on, and you have to convey that as soon, you know, as quick, concise as possible. Okay. Also, I tell people, you want to mock the person that's interviewing you. So read their body language and try to let them control the interview. That's what I tell people, you know, that's probably the #1 key I give them before they go on that interview is watch that other person interviewing you, and if they keep their answers, you know, questions short to the point, you want to keep your answers short to the point. And if you feel you haven't given enough information, ask that person, did I give you enough information? Do you need some examples of what I had just explained to you?
Okay.
But you never want to go on and on. You want to keep it short to the point.
Short and sweet.
Yes.
Okay. Now, as far as talking about body language, okay, another question that I want to ask you is, and you know, this is a question that even I have thought of in the past, sitting during an interview with your legs crossed, hands down, with your feet down, your hand down. What, you know, a lot of people, of course, it's not comfortable when you're in an interview. You're nervous yourself when you're doing this. So what is there a right or a wrong for that? I know that's going into details, but then the more of a higher executive position you're going into, the more they're looking and they're dissecting every part of you, how you're presenting yourself.
Hands certainly on your knees.
Yes.
On your lap.
Okay, so keep your hands and
legs crossed.
That.
Yes.
Okay.
Which I even tend to do myself sometimes with my hands. I think
Sure
it's
you
the
don't do it in
Long Island, New York thing.
Yeah. That's right. It's a New York
It's a
thing.
New York
That's the way we
thing.
pass it out. And then, of course, I also want to know about social networks.
Yes.
Like you said, before going in for the interview, Candice, I think you had mentioned this, find out a little about the company.
It is
nowadays, everything is available to
Everything
you.
is available.
Okay.
Even the person that's going to interview you, you could a lot of times Google them.
Okay.
So find out information about that person, their past experience, where have they worked.
Okay.
It's nice sometimes when you bring it up during the interview because it shows that you're really interested, and people always love to talk about themselves.
Of course.
So, you know, it's good to stand out that way.
Okay. Now, what if, you know, okay, I guess I know the answer to this, but still, you don't know sometimes who's going to interview you. You might be going in, I'm going to think that Candice is going to interview me, so I'm going to look up everything on Candice, on your company. Lo and behold, Candice is out sick. Julie walks in for the interview. Now what do I do? It's like, you know, all right, so just go with a little knowledge more about the company than of the person. So just do your due diligence with the company that you're going to be interviewing with.
You should always do due diligence with the company regardless, always.
Okay, besides Google, any other sites that you guys know?
Hoover's sometimes tells some information about the company, how long they've been in business for, some financial information. That might be a site you could find out.
Okay.
LinkedIn is the most wonderful tool for looking for a job.
Okay.
Networking.
Okay, that's one of the good ways. Okay, and then lastly, let's talk about the person who's going in for the interview. Let's talk about their social networks. What can, you know, I see you guys smiling already, but what can you tell us about that? Do you look at a person? Do you look them up on Facebook or YouTube, Facebook,
whatever? And LinkedIn. Most people have their pictures on there, but a recruiter that I work with, that I never met him in person, we were corresponding through email, and then he told me to look him up on Facebook. And he had like a ripped muscle shirt, and his hair was sticking up, and you know, body piercings, and I could not even believe it. If you were looking for, he was unemployed. At this point, he wanted me to help him look for a job. And if you're looking for a job, I would advise you to put a professional picture of you on Facebook or any of these sites. And really,
you have to watch yourself.
You have to watch yourself because people do look at Facebook, you know, to find out things about you. And people have gotten turned down from jobs
because of this. Okay. Yeah, because you know, like you said, people have. You can set your. But you know what? Here's my next question. Then, Candice, I come back to you with. A lot of people. A lot of people do a lot of crazy stuff over the weekends or at night. Okay, your personal life. Where do you say that a company should draw a line also? And I know this has been, you know, we've heard about it in the news in the past that what I do with my life on my time is my business. I might be the most professional person out there, but if I'm out there partying till 3 in the morning and drinking up and throwing all over the place, that's my problem. I'm not doing it on company hours. And if someone takes a picture and tags you in it on Facebook, you know, why would a company perceive that person, do you think, as an irresponsible person? Would they perceive that person as an irresponsible person? I'm just sharing thoughts now.
It depends on how much the company's looking into that person's Facebook. You know, I think also they have to befriend them sometimes too to get access to see those pictures. But still, you should always police yourself because you never know who will be looking or who is friends with who that can see that picture. So you have to be very conscious, and if someone does tag you on a picture, be conscious of that and go in and delete it as soon as possible.
Yeah, always monitor your account. Always.
You always have to monitor.
Yeah, because there are people out there when you talk to them, and you know, of course, we have our Facebook pages for our show and everything, and there people do tag you for a lot of different things, and sometimes we have to untag ourselves because you know what? We might not know them. We might know they might be friend, and you still happen to be on Facebook friends. But you know they might be doing something, and people will automatically assume you were either at that party, even though they may be in a different country altogether. But there's some kind of a link they'll put you with. So sometimes people will say, you know what? I haven't logged on to Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn in like a month, so I have no idea what's going on my account. That would never be the right answer, I'm sure. No. Do log into your Facebook. At least if you have it, try to look at it weekly or every couple of days to know what's going on.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Now, what are some of the basic social sites that companies are looking at that they pull up?
LinkedIn.
Okay.
Facebook.
Okay.
Google,
even just do Google,
everyone.
Right?
Everyone is really
on Google.
Really?
Oh yes.
Oh wow.
You'd be surprised.
Wow.
You'd be surprised.
Okay. Look at that. Never knew of that one. That's interesting. So you can just go on Google and get the information also.
Yes.
Okay. Do you guys also look at YouTube and stuff like that?
I think when you Google somebody, if you Google a particular person, all that information will come up.
The YouTube will come up as well.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. Wow. These are little things even I'm learning today. Gives me ideas when I'm looking out there for people too. We'll take a short break, but before we do that, as they said, when you're putting something up on any social sites, it's internet, it's always there for you. So please, तुसी ध्यान रखना हैगा कि अगर तुसी Facebook account रखा है या और कोई भी social networking site रखी है, उसनु at least तुसी every few days monitor करते रहो ताकि तानू पता होना चाहिए कि अगर किसी ने तुहाडे account अंदर फोटो पाई है या किसी दे friend ने तुहाडे account अंदर फोटो पाई है जिदा दा कोई फोटो नाल तुहाडा लेना देना नहीं है पर कदी-कदी वो फोटो खराब भी हो सकती है जिस दे नाल तुहाडी रेपुटेशन ते अफेक्ट होंदा है सो बी वेरी केयरफुल कि तुसी अपने खुद दे सोशल साइट्स ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੋਨੀਟਰ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ every few days ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਛੋਟਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਹੁਣੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਆਨੇ ਆ stay tuned so we'll give you the last few scoops of this we'll be right back